representative from North Carolina, Mr. McHenry.
Not to bring the subject matter of this hearing back to the subject matter of this hearing, but I'm sorry, Mr. Hicks, the Senate is in charge of those types of movements of our ambassadors in the confirmation process. But I hear there's a wide variety of islands just to the south of Florida that are lovely. But the subject matter of today's hearing is to get at the root cause and the root facts of an awful tragedy that occurred. The mismanagement, then the political cover-up that resulted from that mismanagement, and a rush to judgment by some very ambitious political operatives within Washington. At least that's near as what I can tell, having gotten into the facts as we have today and knowing what we know today. So I want to thank all three of you gentlemen for your service to the American people and to our government. And I want to say to you that the tough treatment you've gotten as a result, not only on that day in September, but since then, is a horrible tragedy. I want to go back to Mr. Gowdy's line of questions here. Mr. Hicks, was there a protocol within the consulate in the event of a protest?
Yes, there was.
Was there any evidence when you were there in Libya on that day that this was a protest?
No, there was none. And I'm confident that Ambassador Stevens would have reported a protest immediately if one appeared on his door. The protocol, of course, was for us to evacuate immediately from the consulate and move to the annex.
Okay. Was there anything in connection to a YouTube video? Was there any awareness that it was the events occurred because of a YouTube video?
The YouTube video was a non-event in Libya.
Okay. And did you know about that within a couple days or the day of?
Yes.
Okay. And so did you report to anyone in Washington within the first couple of days that there was anything in connection, a protest in connection to a YouTube video?
No, the only report that our mission made through every channel was that there had been an attack on a consulate.
Not a protest?
No protest.
You can leave your microphone off. I'm going to come back to you a few times. Okay. Mr. Gowdy mentioned this earlier, but on September 16th, Ambassador Susan Rice went on the Sunday shows, recited a whole group of talking points. Were you a part of those talking points?
No, I had no role in their preparation.
Okay. So 1 month later, we had an Undersecretary Kennedy. Let's play his statement.
Always made clear from the very beginning that we are giving out the best information we have at the time we are giving it out. That information has evolved over time. For example, if any administration official, including any career official, had been on television on Sunday, September 16th, they would have said the same thing that Ambassador Rice would have said. She had information at that point from the intelligence community, and that is the same information I had, and I would have made exactly the same points. Clearly, we know more today, but we knew what we knew when we knew it.
By September 16th, did you know what you know, which is apparently what Susan Rice said? Let me rephrase that, actually. Let me actually make that a question, if you will. Ambassador Rice recited a set of facts. A month later, they defended, the State Department defends that. You are a career State Department official. Would you have said the things that Ambassador Rice said?
Not after hearing what President Magariaf said, especially considering the fact that he had gone to Benghazi himself at great personal and political risk. And for him to appear on world television and say this was a planned attack by terrorists is phenomenal. I was jumping up and down when he said that. It was a gift for us, from a policy perspective, from my perspective, sitting in Tripoli.
And did that occur before September 16th?
He said that on the same talk shows with Ambassador Rice.
Face the nation.
And did you report that? Was there knowledge that he was going to say that?
No, there was not.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I know we have a lot more questions about this, including what that did in country. Ambassador Rice's rhetoric, what that did and the impact it had in country for the work that you were doing and the delay that resulted because of that of the FBI investigation on the ground. If you could speak to that, and Mr. Chairman, if you'll indulge me,
briefly.
and let him answer, please. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr.
Yes, sorry. Again, it took 17, 18 days for us from that interview to get the FBI to Benghazi. And we dealt with people at a low level, and we got them to Benghazi by stringing together a series of basically low-level commitments to help us get them to Benghazi.
Thank you. The gentleman from Wisconsin.